Wow, that was fancy. Welcome to our Business of Coaching webinar. Melissa and myself are so happy that you are here, and we are going to jump right in. So, Melissa is going to kick us off.
Hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us, whether you are watching live this evening or you are watching this replay. We just really appreciate your flexibility and desire to learn more. I actually love calls like this because it was an event similar to this that really made everything click for me. And Jess and I will tell you guys a little bit about our stories, but what we really want to share with you guys tonight is exactly what we do. We want to maybe debunk some myths and really just help you understand that this business is for anyone who's willing to step in and get uncomfortable with growth. I got started watching a stranger on social media. I did not know my coach. She lived in a completely different state. We didn't have friends in common. But the thing that happened was I was a mom of two who was working full time. I was desperate for more. I had lots of shame that was holding me back and limiting beliefs from really thinking that I could really have a life full of abundance. I didn't know what freedom looked like. I was 100% committed to climbing the corporate ladder for the rest of my life because I loved leadership and I loved serving people. But I actually dropped out of high school 3 months before senior year because I fell into addiction at a young age, and that was my life. And so I really didn't know what was out there for me, but God had a different plan for my life and placed this opportunity in my life before I really even knew what it was about. And I'm not really one of those people who does anything like halfway. When I start something, I kind of go all in. I think that's the Enneagram 3 in me. And I immediately started seeing results because our programs are phenomenal. And I started this because I wanted to lose weight. And along the way, it's transformed every area of my life. And I truly say I've gained life. It's brought me back from, being an overworked, exhausted, struggling mom who didn't know where or how she was ever going to have time for her family and her busy work schedule, to now leading an amazing team that I build my business around my children's schedules. And that's the cool thing about it is, yes, our foundation is fitness, but for those who want it, it becomes so much more than that. And so I just ask that you come in with an open heart, ready to receive whatever's placed in your path. And if there's any questions that Jess or I can answer for you at the end, we would absolutely love to. But you never know unless you try. And if there's any inkling or tug on your heart that this could be something for you, my question for you is, why not? Why not go all in and just listen to what this is? Let go of the doubts and the fears and the hesitations that we put in front of ourselves, because we truly do believe that you belong here, that this not only can impact your physical health, but also your financial situation, that it can connect you with people who will, start weaving and pouring different things into your life. And along the way, you're going to see different turns and twists that you didn't expect. So we are just so grateful that you are taking the time with us this evening. And Jess is going to take the next slide.
Yes. So happy that you're here. Okay, so my name's Jessica, for those of you who don't know me, and real quick, a little about me and why I made this slide in particular for this webinar. I'm actually a registered nurse by trade. I knew at a very young age that I wanted to be in the career of making an impact in people's lives. Specifically, I wanted to end preventable suffering if I could. And that came from a very specific event in my life. On my 11th birthday, my dad and I were hit by a drunk driver, and I was not expected to make it through the night. I was in a coma and on life support for a week and required 5 different surgeries on my leg that was smashed between the truck and the motorcycle that we were on in order to save my leg. I was told I wouldn't be able to walk again. And as I was recovering and came out of my coma, a couple weeks later, my dad passed away from medical malpractice. And I know I got heavy really quick on you, but I wanted to share a little bit about, honestly, my heart that drives me with coaching and why I'm so passionate about the gift that we can offer to people. My life was changed because of two 100% preventable acts, right? Someone getting behind the wheel under the influence, and a nurse making a decision that ended my father's life. And so that has always driven me, and it drove me to nursing school. I thought that that was what I was called to do, that that would fulfill me, and that that is where I was called to serve. And I got into nursing school and I was so stressed out. I was a college athlete in softball, and in nursing school I started developing these health issues and went to all these specialists, and I realized that um while Western medicine is absolutely there to save people's lives in life-saving situations, like I wouldn't be alive, obviously, if it wasn't for surgery and medicine and doctors and all those things, it wasn't necessarily fulfilling me in the preventative element. And I wasn't getting the answers I was looking for when it was coming to my hormonal imbalances and my digestive issues as a young girl. I'm like my 19, 20, 21, we're talking, I had horrible acid reflux, and I looked like I was 6 months pregnant every night in my dorm room, and no one could tell me why I was having all of these issues. My hormone levels were so jacked up. I had horrible debilitating anxiety, and I wasn't being given answers even from specialists. And so that was when I started doing more searching and digging and looking around for solutions, because the way that God wired me, I'm always like, there has to be a solution. Like, there's a problem, I need to know what the problem is so I can find the solution. And so that's when I started looking more into holistic medicine, nutrition, homeopathy, Chinese herbs, Ayurvedic medicine. There's so much out there, right? It can be equally overwhelming. After I graduated from nursing school, I became a certified holistic health coach, and just really have always had this passion since then for helping people get to the root of their health issues and address the foundation. And that's why I fell in love with Beachbody when I gave it a chance. You see, I was working full time in a prison when Beachbody came into my life. I had just had a baby. He was my firstborn was 3 months old at the time. I was working 40 to 60 hours a week in a prison, and my husband was on call 24/7 in gang and narcotics investigation. So our life was crazy, but I had a need. I just had a baby and I didn't have time to go work out or go to the gym or go to CrossFit like I used to. And I needed to heal my body from pregnancy, and I didn't have the time to do it. And that's when I randomly saw my coaches before and after pictures, just like Melissa, a random person from the other side of the country on Facebook of all places. And I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, I want nothing to do with coaching," because I honestly thought I was above coaching. I want nothing. That's my third baby over there, so I've been a little busy since I started. We had an we had a diaper emergency. Again, what I love about our business. Okay, so I thought I was better than this Beachbody network marketing company, but once I understood, oh my gosh, this addresses the foundation that so many people are missing. Light bulb went off in my head. And all my coach told me was, "I know you don't want anything to do with coaching, you don't have time, but if you want people, or if you have anyone who wants to do this with you, you can add them to my group. Since you have a coach account for the discount, here's how you sign them up." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, 4 people, second day after I signed up, no problem." That was how I started. So I found this by accident, and it has changed the trajectory of my family's future forever. I've been a coach now for 5 years, and I'm so thankful. So when you're looking into starting another career, or maybe you're just like thinking about dabbling in this, me myself, I want to look at what's the need of this. Is it just like, it's not, it's so deep in what our country, what our world needs right now. And here's a few statistics just so you know, in case you're like, I don't know if people will really be into this. Let me tell you. The world is terrified of losing two things right now, right? Their health and their income. We provide a solution, an opportunity to secure both. Here's a snapshot of our statistics. In 2020, 40% of Americans reported struggling with mental health and or substance abuse, and I honestly think that that was probably higher. The US adult obesity rate stands at 42.4% obesity. 1.9 billion adults 18 years and older are overweight, and of those, 650 million were obese. You think a few people could use your help? Nearly 20% of children in the US 2 to 19 years old are obese. And obesity increases your risk for type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, and many types of cancer. You remember when I went back to what drives me and preventing things? Obesity is 100% preventable. And I know that this is like a hot button topic, but it is. It is 100% preventable. Who is going to do something about it? Not every doctor is going to do something about it. I can tell you that. They get one basic nutrition course in their whole doctorate training. Who does something about it? Coaches do something about it. That's what we do. And you don't have to have any background or any knowledge about it because it's all set up for you and by the fitness experts and the nutrition experts. Here's the last statistic I want to share with you really quick. Approximately 65% of people who die from cardiovascular disease and cancer could be prevented by living a healthy lifestyle. It is from the CDC's website, so you can look that up yourself. I did not make that up, I promise. And the CDC defines that as eating more plants, exercising regularly, and being at a healthy weight. Those three things could reduce 65% of deaths that occur from cardiovascular disease and cancer. What we do matters, and we do not have enough passionate coaches to get these tools into other people's hands. So we need you. We need people like you. Now, the most common question that we get, and probably that intimidates people more than anything, is what does a coach do? So I'm going to break it down for you. Super simple. This is what you do. I like to call this the 5 elements to a healthy transformation that Beachbody offers. You pick your option in these 5 areas. So we have fitness programs from world-class trainers that are constantly growing. Our library is constantly growing. And we're going to tell you something towards the end of how it's going to explode with the new interactive platform that we have. So you're choosing a fitness program. You're choosing a nutrition program. We have 2 incredible options that fit different people based on your lifestyle and your goals. You're picking your supplements. We have top-notch supplements. And I know this because I'm a total nerd in research and sourcing and testing. Several of our top product, Shakeology, is tested 1,900 times before it gets to your doorstep for potency and purity. Let me tell you, that does not happen in other supplement companies in the industry. So you're picking your supplements you need. You're choosing a mindset development book or podcast that your coach will help match you to, because you can have all the tools, but in here, if you don't value yourself to show up for yourself, you're not going to. So this is essential to your transformation. And then the 5th component is you decide how you want to be supported in your journey and in your business. You tell your coach, this is what I need from you. Can you just email me, or can I email you once a week and let you know how I'm doing? Or we have this incredible app called the Bod Groups where you can log all of your stuff and stay accountable there. You decide how you want to be supported. And then guess what? As a coach, all you do is you take these 5 elements of transformation, you turn around and you help other people. And you set them up with a fitness program, nutrition program, supplements, mindset, and support. That is it. And we'll teach you all of that, but it really comes down to these 5. And you guys, people get results when they do these 5 things. We have all the options, all the menu and the platform from Beachbody, and you just help be the advocate to get it into people's hands. All right, Melissa, over to you.
All right. So guys, I know that in a lot of ways, people think that money is like icky and they have limiting beliefs around it and they feel like they can't talk about it. But I want to help you get really comfortable with this because this is a real income producing opportunity. And for Jess and I, it is our full-time income, and it has allowed us to come home to our 3 children and be home with them. I'm going on my 6th summer home. July will be my 6th summer, which is crazy. I was just thinking about it this morning. July 3rd was the day that I chose to walk away from my job because I felt like freedom, right? That's important to me. So my question is, what would an extra income do for you and for your family, right? So let's talk a little bit about how you earn this actual income. So referrals and commissions. So when you help your first 12 people, you earn approximately $1,000. That's just in commissions, right? So that means Jess comes in, she gets people signed up. She doesn't have to wait till she signs 3 people to get compensated. Beachbody starts compensating you on your very first sale. Okay, you set up your direct deposit, it goes directly into your bank. We get paid every Thursday. Super easy, super simple. We all know 12 people that we could reach out to right now that could benefit from this, right? We have friends and family who are sick and tired of feeling uncomfortable in their skin. They're tired of feeling exhausted. They're tired of trying quick fixes and fad diets and all those things. We have the total solution for you. Jess just talked about all of our amazing products. We are busy moms. We would not be on here on a Sunday evening talking to you guys about this if we didn't feel really passionate about it. And again, this is real, right? So another way is we earn commissions that are between 25% and 40% of the products that you purchase, right? So if you get Shakeology, if they get challenge packs, which includes everything, if they get one of our nutritional supplements, you're going to get a percentage of that. And it's based on a tier for every single sale. Again, Beachbody's not saying you need to sell 5 of those or 3 of those before we'll compensate you. They're saying, hey, thanks for selling that one. We're going to compensate you. Right. But the real big way that you actually earn an income in this and where it really starts making a impact long term and you have that foundation is when you start building a team, right? You earn residual income in weekly bonuses. So that means so Jess and I are in 2 completely separate teams. We should let you guys know that. So we do not financially benefit from one another at all. Not one bit, right? We have just become amazing friends because of this opportunity. And we have Abby who also works with us, and we all complement each other well because we're all hot mess moms. We all build our business in faith and we work really well together. But say Jess joins me and Jess just takes off and she is, adding people to her team and building under her. Each week, I have the potential to earn a bonus based on the work that Jess is doing, right? You can learn more about this as you come on, and we actually do trainings and stuff on this, but just giving you high level overview. You also have the ability to take annual trips with our company. And when I say trips, these are not like camping trips or like an overnight hotel stay in Lake Tahoe. These are like, they roll out the red carpet. They treat us so dang amazing. I'll never forget our first trip. My husband and I, we went on a cruise to Bahamas and Jamaica. And literally that was our first vacation that we'd ever had, besides going to like Reno or Lake Tahoe or something like that, because we were always short on time and short on money. Like a vacation was not in our budget. And we honestly couldn't take time off to try to do that. So when I say you want to be able to earn these trips, you want to be able to earn these trips. And the coolest thing is it's not just for the top coaches in the company. You can start earning this as a brand new coach simply by doing the basics of the business. 5 to 10% matching bonus for your coaches growing a team. That's the same thing I was talking about for Jess. If she's adding those people. And then quarterly profit sharing opportunities. So that just basically means that once you hit certain ranks within the organization, 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, the company is going to give you a percentage of those bonuses if you hit the qualifications for those. Again, you can go into our earnings and learn more about this. There's tons of YouTube compensation videos, but we also, as your mentors, would be helping you understand this and making sure that we help you set goals that are in alignment with what your goals are. Because when I first started, I simply wanted to lose weight and maybe pay for my product. And then once I was paying for my product, I was like, wow, it'd be nice to pay some credit cards. And then once I was covering my product, my husband's product, a couple credit cards, then I was like, oh, I'm going to cover daycare, because that was always a thorn in my side. And then it was, oh, I don't have to, budget for a manicure or a trip to Target, things like that. And now I can cover literally all of our bills by myself. So it really is whatever you put into it. And the great thing about it is, say I'm under Jess and I come in, I can out earn Jess based on the performance of myself and my team. So there's no glass ceiling. The only limits are the ones that you put on yourself. So I promise you that if you build this business and you bring people along with you, you absolutely can earn an incredible business, but it does take time. It does not happen. It does not happen overnight. It is not a front-loaded business. The thing that I love about it is that you can start earning right away, but it's not like we're going to say, here's $10,000. You have to actually work for these things. And the more that you build, you're going to continue to grow. My first paycheck with Beachbody was like a month into me working the business. And it was $72. And I'll never forget what that $72 felt like. It felt like cushion going in between paychecks, because even though my husband and I were making great money, both working full time, we were still chasing that paycheck and those bills constantly. And so it felt refreshing to be able to do those things. Now I'm able to confidently put money into savings and plan for things for our kids and say yes to things that they desire and think about our future home. And we want that for you guys too. Just remember, each person's own success depends on the effort and the skills that they put in, because just because Jess comes in and tells me she's going to be a rock star coach, Jess has to show up and put effort into the business, right? Just because I'm her sponsor doesn't grant her success. So I think it's important for everyone to know that. Okay, so I want to cover some misconceptions, because a lot of times people come in and they feel like, I really want to do this, but so here's just a few things. And if there's anything else that stands out to you, please let us know, because we will absolutely help you through that. So the first one is, I don't want to be salesy. Good news is we don't want you to be salesy. We want to help you build genuine relationships and connections. And I really feel like when people find success in this business, that's because they've uncovered how to do that and they've been themselves. Your job's your journey. When you have success in this, it's because you're doing the vital behaviors of what successful coaches do. And it's spelled out for you. There's no guesswork. You don't have to go find some secret handshake. We don't ever want you to go out and be spammy or salesy or try to quote unquote buy people in this business. You are going to be your own success by being that proof that the products work. Next one is, I don't have extra time. Hashtag me too. Again, guys, when I started working this business, I was working full time. I had a 3-hour commute round trip. I had 2 small children. We were just starting to get into youth sports, which if any of you guys have children in youth sports, you realize that that takes up all of your extra time and money. So I didn't have any extra time to give to anything else. However, I always like that saying, if it's important to you, find a way. And if not, you'll find an excuse. I would wake up in the morning and I would get my workout in. And then on my way to work, I would listen to personal development, or I would go to YouTube and I would type in how to be a successful Beachbody coach. Yes, there's videos titled that. I would type in how to build a diamond, how to earn $1,000. I would just listen to mindset stuff. And then any chance I got to, like while I was cooking dinner or folding laundry or doing the dishes, on my lunch breaks, anything like that, I would catch up on team calls or jump on to team calls and literally have the screen off and go about my business and take the notes that I needed to. But I was so determined to make this happen that I carved out that time. I was willing to sacrifice binge watching TV or shows and episodes. And that might be a struggle for a little bit, because it is a mindset shift, but I promise you, you do have the extra time, especially if you're scrolling social media, especially if you're watching Netflix, especially if you are fill in the blank for whatever it is, right? Talking to your mom on the phone for 2 hours a night, because I used to literally talk to my dad probably 6 times a day about nothing, but we would just chat on the phone. That was extra time that I could be working my business, right? And putting up some healthy boundaries. And let me address this too. People are like, I have kids. Jess and I both do too. Jess and I both have went through pregnancies. We've also went through, the infant stage, the toddler stage, postpartum, working with kids. So we understand that balance. And we don't want Beachbody to be your entire life. We just want it to add value to your life, right? And to give you more time. Even if you never want it to be a full-time business like Jess and I have made, and you just want to be a part of the community and you want to get your discount and, help people when and if, I promise you, you have the extra time to do this. I'm not at my fitness goal. Also, same, Your job is your journey again, and nobody ever wants you to come in here and pretend that you're something that you're not. Nobody ever says that you have to be a walking billboard for Beachbody. Health and fitness comes in every shape and size. I've never been the coach that somebody's came to because they had perfect six-pack abs. That's just not been my story, right? But people come to me because they know my story. They've seen my struggles. They've seen my transformation. I've shared with them how I've transformed and got healthy from the inside out, and that I really started to understand that it wasn't just the weight that I needed to lose, that I needed to drop the limiting beliefs and the scarcity mindset, and that I needed to really transform how I felt about myself. Because I'll tell you, the pictures that I saw, that was basically where I drew a line in the sand and said, no more, I have to do something different. I look at them now and I'm like, there was actually nothing wrong with those pictures. It was my thinking, right? So whether you come in and you are at your peak performance, that's amazing, because people need that. Whether you come in and you have 100, 200 pounds to lose, that's amazing, because people need that. Do you know how inspired people are when you take them on a journey and try to just show up authentically as yourself? I promise you, I've lost 60 pounds, but I've also gained 20, right? I've built muscle. I've also lost muscle. I've had chiseled arms, and I've also had extra skin. So love yourself where you're at, and I promise you it's going to inspire others. And that kind of ties into the next one of, who am I to motivate others? Who are you to not? Jess addressed this earlier. The world needs coaches right now. They need people in their corner. They need a solution. They need stability. They need to know that their health is taken care of, that they have somebody in their corner championing for them, helping them stay accountable. They also need to know that there is another way outside of traditional 9-to-5s, or going to school for the rest of your life, or staying stuck in a position that you absolutely hate, but society says that that's what you should be doing, so you never want to leave it. So promise you, you can motivate yourself. Your story doesn't start when you become a Beachbody coach. You had a story long before that, and the world needs to hear it. It's too expensive. So I really think that you can't put a price tag on your health. And I think that we have the absolute optimal products and opportunity out there, and it's only getting better. Like, our CEO just dropped all kinds of incredible things on us. You pay for things like fancy jeans and designer handbags and crazy dinners out and all these experiences that aren't filling your soul, right? They're leaving you feel empty shell still. And I promise you, if you sat there and you pulled out your account and you looked and you saw the last time that you have invested $140, $160, $200 into yourself on something that didn't actually help you, you can afford this. It's just a shift in your perspective and thinking, okay, if your budget is really tight, how can I save up for this? There's apps like Poshmark, there's the online garage sale sites. I'm sure that there's things in your house that you could sell to do that, right? I thought it was too expensive. I thought it was an overpriced protein shake, and I wasn't a shake person at all. I wasn't a health person. So let's be honest, but I had no problem stopping at the liquor store and grabbing a bottle of wine, or going out to the bar with my husband and dropping $200 on, rounds of drinks, or going to dinner with my girlfriends and spending $70. So really just thinking about it, you can't not afford to take care of yourself, because the older that I get and I watch my parents age and people that I've known my whole life, you can tell the people who take care of themselves, right? We are in the business of preventable diseases. So you can afford this, I promise you. Okay, my spouse isn't supportive. Fortunately, I haven't had that issue. However, I've coached and mentored many women who have had that issue. What I would say is, talk to them about your goals. Include them in the vision and take them on a journey with you. Ask them to do one round of like the 21-day fix with you. Ask them to drink Shakeology for 30, 60 days with you, because I promise you something will transform. The other thing is, right now, live events aren't exactly existent, but when they are, get them to a live event, get them on a team call. Maybe go and look at some of the top male coaches in the company because they have videos out there, and listen to a couple and see which one would maybe resonate with your spouse, and say, hey, this is really important to me because, and communicate your goal. Would you listen to this call and just let me know, right? Have him listen to our CEO. I promise you. And that goes for your mom, your sister, but also know sometimes you're just going to have to prove it, right? When somebody says you can't do it, go out and do it. I promise you, your spouse is going to get really supportive when you are more energetic, when you are more confident, when you are happy, when you are feeling fulfilled, when you have something for yourself and your cup isn't so dry. So really just communicate that, because I think a lot of the times when people feel like their spouse isn't supportive, it's because they haven't really communicated their goals, and they don't understand why you're on your phone for 24 hours a day now, all of a sudden, and ignoring them in the kids, right? So making sure you're including them in your goals. I don't have a social media following. That's an easy one. I didn't either. I don't think Jess did either. So that's something that you build over time, and you get 3 mentors who help you do that. Okay. Isn't it a pyramid scheme though? That one's laughable. If you feel like pyramid schemes are around in 2021, clearly you are hiding under a rock, and I challenge you to go and educate yourself on what a pyramid scheme is, because we aren't in the business, again, of tricking people, trying to convince them or trying to scam them. I have 3 kids. That's the last thing that I want to do. This is a real legit opportunity that can transform your whole life. And if you feel like your friends or family are inviting you into a quote unquote pyramid scheme, maybe do some mindset work, because people don't do that, right? They're wanting to share something with you. We're wanting to share something with you because we're passionate about it, and because we have had our lives transformed with it, and we feel like it's selfish not to go out and share that with other people. And then what if I fail? I feel like that is the top one, where people are like, I just don't want to fail at this. Guys, no one likes to fail, but you have to be brave enough to be a beginner at something. You have to be brave enough to suck, and failure happens. When failure happens, that's where character's built. That's where you figure out what your true calling is. That's where you develop grit. That's where you can learn, and that you can coach people who join you later and say, hey, I did this before. I failed and it didn't work, right? So please don't let fear hold you back, because fear is something we create in our own mind. And I can tell you, probably 9 out of 10 of the top coaches that you would talk to probably had the same hesitations that you had. So hopefully that helps you guys address some of the misconceptions or limiting beliefs that you might have.
So good. I love this list. Thank you, Melissa. Okay, what Melissa talked about, like some of the huge things our CEO just dropped on us, I'm going to talk about a couple of those. I think it's important. It's exciting, at least, to know that you're going into something that's so innovative and forward thinking. And I will be the first to tell you how grateful I am for that. And that is absolutely our CEO and our leadership team, and the direction that we're going. So here are a couple of recent announcements that you as a coach get to be a part of, right? So the first thing is called Beachbody On Demand Interactive. Do you see this picture right here? We are launching an interactive live class schedule for Beachbody On Demand, meaning that every day there's going to be a full schedule of live classes that you can log into. Do you see all these little boxes of people working out at home? That could be you. And you could tell your friends, like, hey, we're taking this yoga class at 6 a.m, or we're taking this spin class, because you're getting spin bikes with an incredible, one of the top former Peloton spin instructors. She was one of the most popular ones, has come over to the Beachbody On Demand family, and she will have a full spin program. I think they said it's launching in December. And you could do spin classes. You can get, we're partnering with Mix Fitness. You can look up their bikes. They're beautiful. And we will have, I think this fall, the Mix Fitness bikes available to us. That's huge, you guys. And as a coach, I will tell you, because we are also becoming a publicly traded company, I believe that the merger is supposed to be finalized soon. I don't know exactly the dates, soon. But are you kidding? Marketing? If you think that Beachbody is everywhere right now, it's going to be everywhere. Beachbody has an epic lead program as well, to where coaches get free leads from all the advertising that they do on commercials, on the radio, all over the place, on social media. Someone goes to the Beachbody On Demand website, they don't have a coach, they're given a coach. How does a coach get those things? We have certain ways you could do that. Just by getting people signed up regularly and being an active coach, you will get free leads. So this is an epic time, like a golden opportunity, I feel like, to jump into this business, because all the marketing is just going to be off the charts. It's incredible. Now that's the fitness updates. Nutritionally speaking, Shakeology is our superfood shake, right? And we just heard that we are getting a cookies and creamy Shakeology flavor. It is 100% plant-based, all natural, certified gluten-free, which is like a magic trick that they put like chlorella and ashwagandha in this shake, and it tastes like cookies and cream. Are you kidding me? Like, people are going to go nuts for this, and it is launching next month. So that's really exciting. We have new programs. Let's Get Up just launched, which is a new Shanti program that's bringing so much joy to people. I'm doing it myself, and it's so fun. I am not a dancer, but it's a dance and resistance workout. It's getting people great results. We've got a 645 lifting program that's coming up in a couple months, and that is with NBA trainer Amoila Caesar. We just have incredible stuff happening. So you want to be the person in your circle that people know to come to. When they start seeing all these advertisements everywhere about how Beachbody is the answer, the one-stop shop for nutrition, fitness, support, mindset shifting, community, and they know that you are a person that can get them those things, how valuable is that, you guys? And that we're doing something that doesn't just, it's not just like mascara or nails, which, don't get me wrong, I buy those things too, but it's not just something at surface level. We are changing people's lives. Melissa and I both know people whose lives have been changed and saved because of our communities, because of what we're doing. We're in the preventative health business, right? We are giving, like, marriages are succeeding because of this. We are giving the kids their parents back. There's so many parents who are now having the health and stamina to run around with their kids, and they didn't before. This is powerful, and you get to be a part of it. Also, this summer in July, we have a Team Beachbody Summit that's happening. Hopefully this will be our last virtual event, but that is also something that's super exciting to be a part of. And one of the reasons why I would encourage you now to jump in. This is a time to jump in. You want to be a part of that. Some people are doing, my team is doing an in-person event in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and Melissa is doing one in Arizona. And it's just going to be so much fun, such an incredible opportunity to meet the team. Now, what kind of support can you expect from us? I will tell you, we're not your mama and we're not your boss. So you can run this business however you want to run it. But we do have really powerful mentorship tools in place because we want you to succeed. You're going to get a new coach checklist, a new coach welcome email. If you haven't already, you will have access to right now we're doing weekly new coach mentorship calls on Thursday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time that you can call and ask any questions. We have weekly team calls that we run for our team. You're going to have access to your own Beachbody Coach office and training library. There's a new coach message thread that we have that's ongoing on Facebook, where you can pop in and ask a question or send us an invite and see how, or a conversation and ask for feedback. Really, and for us being the busy moms that we are, we provide some really incredible opportunities for you to get support, as much support as you need, right? And then you'll also be added to our team pages, which is great for organizational purposes, for resources, communication, and added support. Melissa.
All right, guys. So the question of the hour is, are you ready to get started? Right? So first off, I would actually reach out and say thank you to the person who invited you this, because that means they think something highly of you and they want you in this community with us. And again, I know it can be really scary, guys, but it is the stop that starts most. it is the start that stops most people. And I think back to what my life was like before this opportunity, and I know what it would look like today. And I'm just so grateful that, like Jess was just saying, my kids have the mom that I craved to be, but that they needed me to be. I truly believe that now in this phase of motherhood, my kids need me even more now than they did when they were babies, when I was mourning that time where I couldn't go to play dates and, class parties and stuff like that. I couldn't imagine having to navigate 2020 with that additional stress. And I just think that you should really take a leap of faith, because we are here to help you build your wings on the way down. But guys, you can get started with the challenge pack and free enrollment. And in your challenge pack, it's going to give you access to everything that we were just talking about. Beachbody on Demand for an entire year. You're going to have additional access and VIP access of abilities for upcoming programs. You're going to have those team pages. You're going to have the superfoods. You're going to have our performance line, whatever you want. The ball is in your court, but you have to pick it up and you have to start playing, right? The cool thing is, and this does not happen often, but if you find that it's not for you, you can cancel it anytime, right? And so much, even though if it's within the first 30 days, we're actually going to give you your money back. Because again, we are not in the business of trying to convince anyone. Both of us have 3 children. We have to hold their hands. We can't hold yours. We will be your champions. We will root for you. You will be included in groups where you're recognized, but you have to take that first leap of faith. So I ask you, why not you?
Absolutely. And I wanted to add this in because so many people, they get started as a coach and they freeze and they don't do anything. And so before you make this decision on, okay, I'm ready, I'm pumped, I'm excited to be a part of this, I want you to start thinking, this is how simple this is, you guys. It's so simple. Do not get in your head about this. Do not get scared about this. These are your first 3 steps to being successful as a coach. You ready? You're going to make an announcement post. All this an announcement needs to say is, hey guys, this is where I was. This is what I was struggling with. So for me, I was struggling big time with just having a baby and having no time and wanting to get back in shape after baby. This is where I was. This is what I found. I found a 22-minute program that I could do from my living room before I go to work, a superfood shake that is going to help me with my energy levels and my digestion and my hormone stuff after having a baby. It's super easy and delicious. And it comes with a really simple meal plan that helps me prep my breakfast, lunches, and snacks before going to work. This is what I'm doing. This is the results this other chick got, which was my coach at the time. Let's do this together. This is where I'm going. So this is where I was. This is what I found. This is what I'm doing. Do it with me. And a call to action. That's an announcement post. It's very simple and it will be customized to wherever you are at in your journey. That's step number 1. Step number 2, we're going to want you to make a list of 20 people, at least 20 people. And I recommend those first 10 people are people that know you, that trust you already. So for me, that was my mom, my husband, obviously, he knows me a little bit. My best friend, my sister-in-law, and my mother-in-law. And I reached out to them, and that's exactly what I told them. And they were like, "Oh yeah, here's my credit card. Where do I get started?" And you're going to get them started the way that you started, with the challenge pack that you got started with, because it just makes more sense, right? That's what you're doing. Keep it very simple. But make a list of at least 20 people that you're going to reach out to. And then that step number 3 is just writing that message of what are you going to say to them? Hey guys, check out this chick's results. I'm doing this program. Here's why I'm doing it. I'm really excited. I would love for you to do it with me, to have a few accountability partners. I think it'd be fun. What do you think? Very simple. That is how you get started. And I promise you, as you have these conversations, that you're going to learn and you're going to become more confident, and you're going to know what to say and what not to say. And I promise you, not everyone's going to say yes, and never, ever, ever, ever take it personally, because what you're offering them is a gift and not everybody is ready for it. That is all it will take for you to get started. This is our wrap up slide.
Yeah. So, guys, just really thinking about if your current path that you're on is going to get you to where you want to go. If you were to close your eyes right now and to think about all the dreams and all the goals and all the desires that you have for not only yourself, but your family, and being able to take care of your aging parents and being able to provide for your family and to have, or your children, and to have time freedom and to be able to live in your dream home and to have financial security and to feel optimal health and to feel confident in your skin and to have a positive mindset and to also do work that you love and to be surrounded by a community of people who have the same values and desires and aren't having to compromise their position in the home while taking care of their family. I ask you, really think, if what I'm doing right now, is that going to take me there? And if it is, keep doing that, friends. And if it's not, that should be that gut check, that tug in your heart, that nudge in your spirit, that this is the solution for you, right? I promise you, there is no, you're not wasting anything getting started. And I know the investment part can be scary, but again, I challenge you, go back to your bank account tonight and look and see when the last time you spent 140, 160, $200, whatever your investment is, on something that really could transform and propel a completely different direction in your life. And let's have a conversation. Again, please reach out to Jess or myself if you have any additional questions. Reach out to the person that sent you this call or invited you tonight. And we just are so grateful, and we're praying that you're going to join us soon, that you're going to link arms with us, and that we're going to get to know you and hopefully have the ability to pour into you, because we know what's possible if you just take that leap of faith.
Amen. Amen. I couldn't have said it better than that, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't want anything to do with this because I didn't understand it. But as soon as my coach asked me the question, exactly what Melissa just asked you. What is your dream life 5 years from now? If failure is off the table, and I encourage you to do this exercise. If failure is off the table, you could have anything that you want. Your life could look like anything: where you would live, how much income you're making, how much debt you have, which is hopefully none, what you're able to afford for your kids with sports and activities or Disneyland trips. What would you want? If this could be the vessel to get you there, is it worth the hard work? Is it worth the risk? Only you can answer that question. We can't answer that for you, but we want you to think about that, because I think that for me that was life-changing. It's why I'm here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to leave you with that and let you jump off. Have an amazing evening, and we can't wait to see you on our team calls. Bye.
Bye.